Everyone, this is The Villain is the Man. We're your hosts. I'm JVD Justin Von Doon.
And I'm Evan the Great.
And this is our weekly episode of Angles and Promos, where we talk wrestling, which is the WWE. As they always say, there's a ton of wrestling in the world, and as much as we would like to cover Ring of Honor, TNA, some New Japan stuff, man, there's just so much to watch, and there's such little time to cover all this stuff. So, with that being said, like I said, this is episode 13. First up on the list, we got 205 Live, episode 25 from May 16, 2017. And guess who showed up on the show? Open it up.
My favorite, the Grand Malik.
Man, how excited were you to see him? I was too. Unexpected.
Yeah.
And here we were just last week talking about him.
Before we can get to the match, since I found out 205 Live was going to be on the UK show Friday, and then I see Grand Malik show up, and I'm like, I bet he's on that show.
And I can't see him going from Mexico all the way overseas, though.
Yeah, but think about it. They were going over there with the first time with 205 guys, and you're like, let's give them this. Because that's something them guys probably never see over there. They see, like, the WWE go over there, but they probably don't have Mexican wrestling that comes over there. Or luchador style.
You'll get some guys probably over there. I don't think you would.
But I think if he's on that show, it's just going to blow my mind.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait Friday to see. But he faces off against Noam Dar with Alicia Fox at ringside. What'd you think about the match?
The match is full with Grand Malik highlights.
He had a great moonsault.
But the match itself, besides all of his highlights, is not very good.
No, it's not. You could see that
he is a badass wrestler, and you can tell Noam Dar has no idea.
He cannot keep up with him.
No, he's too damn slow.
Too damn slow.
But I'll talk about some other stuff, but go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I don't have much on
I got like a half page of notes because I love him.
Okay, well, you go right ahead then.
First off, there is a botch head scissors. Dar, I don't know what in the world he was thinking. It may have been Grand Malik's fault, but I don't know whose fault it was. But when he was there for the head scissors, there was nobody there and he did a flip anyway. It's horrible. And then, what else I got? And then they got a flip on the center top rope that he did was amazing. I'm going to say it right now, Grand Malik has the best balance of any WWE superstar.
He's a big guy.
He's a big dude, and some of the stuff he does, I'm like, what the hell? He can die.
Well, Lucha Libre for you, man.
But he does that, and damn, does he have some badass slaps that he knocks Dar down with, like slaps him in the chest. He does all that. He does a two badass elbows, and then he does the flip. And then you got the what the fuck moment because he still don't win the damn match.
Yeah, he takes his 2 steps inside the rope and Dar kicks him right in the leg, and then
I guess you can't have
with the Supernova.
Yeah, I guess you can't have him win because they're doing this feud with Noam and Rick Swann. But damn it, he's Grand Malik and he's way more. They double level compared to him.
Well, and what I thought was bad about it, it's his second match on 205 Live and he loses it.
And go ahead.
He showed up, and then he was on Raw for I think a 6-man tag the next week, and then this is the next time he's been on there.
But the way the announcers were talking, it talks like he's here now.
I'm hoping so, but man, okay, if he's here, why would you put him? Why'd you let him lose like that?
I don't know.
Now one thing I want to bring up, and it's something we've talked about him. He's talking about this botch head scissors. Do you think that is? Do you think that's a lack of communication from language differences? Because, okay, if he does know some English, it's going to be broken. And then Noam Dar has a very thick Scottish accent. So do you think that's something that might come into play? Because we've talked about that with him. Because when they do interviews, he speaks Spanish. And so that just got to let you know that his English is probably not that great. So maybe that was just, a difference in basically language barrier.
Could be.
And, man, that might be a thing that might hurt him.
I know.
But here's the thing. You watched everybody he wrestled in the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
Never had a problem.
Nope.
So...
but last thing I want to end there is it's actually Noam Dar. Last week they had him fight what's his name? The other luchador.
Gerardo.
Yeah, and he beat him. This week you got him fighting him, and he beats him.
Well, it's time. Well, yeah, but look how many matches he's lost, though. So it's time to get.
So I'm wondering if these guys are not coming back to 205 to stay, which means there's something very big in the making if Austin Aries wins or loses. If you don't win the belt, you might as well move to the main roster because he's got to win the belt. But anyway.
Okay, well, it's announced that Tozawa and Brian Christopher will have a street fight. Did I say Brian Christopher? Wow. Good God. I can't believe I just called him Brian Christopher. Jerry Lawler somewhere went.
Ticket.
Yeah, he went, what the fuck? Someone just confused me. I'm sorry, but Brian Christopher, man. Brian Kendrick is a way better wrestler than Brian Christopher. But, okay, we've been complaining that this needs end. Is this the end of this feud?
I think it is.
I hope so.
I think it is. And they do a good match when they fight each other, so I love the interview with when he does this whole thing. And he's like, you put me in the street fight with my crafty mind?
Yeah, it gives him an advantage. That's exactly what I wrote down. So, who's going to win this?
I think Kendrick is there to sell him. So, it's got to be Tozawa. He's got to win. If he loses, I'm like, it's for nothing. Because he's trying to push him over the top, which he's done it.
Okay.
Tozawa he might be there.
This is Haha?
One of their, yeah.
Okay, here's why I think he's going to win it. You're right. He's crafty. Well, guess who's been learning lessons and teaching them back?
No,
Tozawa. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Brian Christopher's crafty. He's talking about it.
Again.
Fucking I call him son of a bitch. Okay, I'm just going to start calling him Brian. And then there's no confusion. It's a mystique about it. But,
this is great.
Okay, yeah. Here, hold up. Kendrick, real quick. Okay. He's been teaching these lessons, right? And then here recently, Tozawa has been teaching them back. I can see where something that he's done or he's going to do in this match will be done to him. And Tozawa will beat Kendrick.
That'd be cool.
Not Christopher.
What if they do all the lessons, like expose ring posts, getting your foot in combat?
Yeah.
What if they do all that stuff there, like he does it on him?
Okay, next week, Cedric Alexander's coming back. So there's another guy. What are you going to do with him?
They're going to do some. I think some movement's happening in 205.
Man, I'm not going to lie. I can see him going heel on Rich Swann.
It'd be great.
Yeah, you just kind of took the spotlight that I was gone. You weren't really there for me. Blah 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 blah. So let's get on to Tony Nese and Mustafa Ali are supposed to have a match, and it becomes a no-fly zone.
Yep.
Drew Gulak comes out, attacks him on the outside. Drew Gulak throws him into the ring post, and it's brutal. He sells it.
A whole bunch of stuff he does.
Oh my God!
Wait a minute. I wrote this down just so everybody knows I'm not just doing this because of film.
They can't see your paper.
Well, they're seeing it right now in the black spot. I wrote down during this match, it really was a match. I put Ali sells so well to everything Drew Gulak does.
Yeah, he does, man.
I wrote that on my paper, and he says it.
And it was really good. And then he hits him with the Nasty knees.
That is so mean looking. When he holds him down,
but it's Nasty. It's supposed to be nasty.
Oh yeah.
I hate that name.
I don't like the name, but I love how brutal it looked when he
it looked pretty brutal.
He was holding him down. He's like, "Do it, Tony."
And one thing I got happy about is they played up like they're friends.
Yeah.
They're, like that's not going away. I like that. I like them two as a tag team. They need the tag team championship, but as bad as 205 Live is with the fans, I'm not sure.
I wonder if they're going to merge these guys onto the UK circuit in NXT.
Man, I don't know.
Because you can't get rid of these guys. God, you can't get rid of them.
No, you can't. They're doing really good stuff.
Yeah.
So we get Rich Swann back, and he receives a package, which he realizes it's a trick. It gets passed to Daivari. Daivari's like, wait a minute. He leaves it there. So he thinks it's his glasses. Jack Gallagher comes up. It's like, that's the one part I don't get. Why would he want it?
I think he was in on it.
You think he was in on it?
Yes, because him and Swan used to be friends. And
Yeah,
he's probably like, he ain't gonna open that. I want you to go and act like you're gonna get something in there.
So you're saying he did it just to egg Davari on to get him to open it, but then he gets sprayed in the face.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
It was really corny, but I'm like, oh, I knew when Jack had it, and he put it back down, and he was going to get sprayed.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was cool to kind of throw those guys in there.
Okay, and I like how Davari and Jack's like, let's not show that you're a scoundrel again. Yeah. As in, a reference to their rivalry they had, which we got to watch the end of that. We were there for that. In Memphis, big question is, what do you do with Davari? They're building him up. He's got that Razor Ramon look to him. I mean...
one cool thing Davari says, what does he say? He says something that Mahal always says. I'm going to say this in Pulgogi or whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah.
He says that. I'm like, huh. But anyway, you need a...
is this where you build up Davari versus Swan? I think that's... Didn't it like that into last week? I think so. I'm not sure.
Can't remember.
No, it wasn't. But is that a way to build them two into a rivalry?
I just noticed something too, but I think they're going to move it in. And I was talking about them bringing in these people, and you got different people coming back from injury, and they're going over there to do the UK thing. And it just hit me. Neville loses his belt. Does Neville and Jack go to the UK on the UK show?
Well, if they combine...
No, just take them off of this show and put them over there.
But what if they combine 205 and the UK show?
Now, I think they might do that. Or have the UK show, but have the 205 guys, like, wrestle...
On there
instead of on SmackDown.
On Raw. Actually, I'd like that. Raw. I think that'd be better. But here's the thing, though. You pass them to the UK show, you're not giving them anything that's going to draw ratings. Because, like I said, it's almost dead in the water at this time. Like, literally, like I had said on our last episode on Raw, literally, they're chanting CM Punk during the match. They're just not feeling it. It was a good match.
Yeah. So if you don't put the whole thing over there, my original idea, I think you could definitely take Jack Gallagher and Neville and put them on that show and then let these other guys run. But then again, you might run it into the damn ground.
Exactly.
So...
Next up, we got Aries and TJP. These two have proven just like Aries and Neville, they always put on a good match.
Yep.
Really, really good match. I like how he straddled Aries up on the top rope, drop kicked him off of it, and then his leg got tied up in the rope. That was really cool. And then he gives him a half crab, hangs him over the rope on his bad will, half crabs him. Really playing up that whole knee injury thing.
Yeah.
But they built Aries up, proving that he can get by that. I like how he's going to put him in a dynamite kick. He wiggles over the ropes, sunset flips, turns a sunset flip pin into the last chancer. He gets to win.
I thought that was cool as shit.
I really thought that was really good. But the thing is, are they going to let him finally win that title? I would guess that would be an Extreme Rules 2 when that comes around. So is Aries going to win this title? Is this it? Or are they just going to let it slide?
He's got to win the title.
Okay.
I got to build it for this long and he's lost twice already.
Okay.
If he loses, what the fuck are you going to do at Aries? That's crazy.
Okay, well here's my thing. If Aries wins, who do you put up against him next?
That's where I'm thinking that Neville might actually be going to the UK show.
I think he will.
And if he goes to the UK show and you have him drop the belt, gets a rematch in 205, he loses, and then TJP's waiting there.
Loser leaves 205 Live.
And I think TJP would want a match, and I think they would put on a pretty good show.
What they always do. Neville comes out and attacks him. Jack comes out for the save because they made the bond last week.
Yeah.
The deal that he was going to have his back. Like I brought up in the last episode, that headbutt creams him right in the collarbone. It still don't even look good. He's really got to work on hitting people with that headbutt. And it's a lot better than finish people off with a drop kick.
Yeah.
I just think there needs to be something more with that headbutt. Headbutt out of nowhere. He needs to work on hitting that better. Like,
I actually like it.
I do, but there needs to be more to it.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, I get tired of everybody having a strike as a finisher. In 205 Live, that's half of everybody.
Yep.
But overall, man, the two guys tear it down before the interference comes. Like I said, just a big question is, what do you do with Aries if he wins the title? I mean, okay, you can even look at Neville. I mean, okay, Jack Gallagher, you've already seen that.
Yeah.
I mean, TJP, does that mean he's going to give TJP a shot? Because he promised him one. So, I mean, either way this goes, it's what's next for whoever has the title.
Yeah.
I mean, all these guys, Dar, you already seen Rich Swann, Daivari, one of these guys has got to start coming up and trying to take the title.
Yeah.
So, something's got to change.
That title changed hands a lot till Neville got it.
You're right, yeah, it did. It changed on him.
It stayed on him for this long.
Well, it was because he's good.
Yeah, he's real good.
So, really curious how that goes. But overall, 205 Live, I thought was really good. I get on the Evan the Great report card, I give it a B.
Copies of mine, B.
Man, I'm not copying you, man. I swear. Even though I should give myself an F for keep, because I kept calling Brian Kendrick Brian Christopher. God, I don't even know where that come from.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking some Attitude Era. God, man.
The weight of shit you're going to get is 3 Califos.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I'm telling you. More than that, it's more like 3 Braun Strowmans.
Yeah.
So, maybe I'm reliving that them 9 when I was 9, when I actually seen Brian Christopher before he got in the WWE. I watched him, it was USWF down at Casino Astar. My uncle won tickets on the radio, and he fought the Kurgan and Mabel in a triple threat in the main event.
I've never heard you tell this story.
I never told you that?
No.
But man, it's the only thing about the whole match I remember. But yeah, he wound up winning the match. Jerry Lawler made me cry. Because they wouldn't let you go into the casino being a kid, and I had to pee. So finally, like, one of the guys for security was like, yeah, I'll quit on, you go to the bathroom. Well, I mean, I don't remember what he was doing. Maybe he was playing slides. I don't know, last night. But I was like, hey, you're the king, you're the king. And he was like, yeah, screw him off, kid. Really upset me. So,
he is an ass for life.
Well, no, he's actually a pretty good guy now. He's changed.
Did he change since a heart attack?
Since a heart attack. It's not that, and I've heard other stories from people about meeting Jerry Lawler back then, and he was a prick. But anyways, let's move on to NXT, episode 392 from May 2017. We open up with Bobby Roode coming up to the Performance Center. Nothing big, but I got a question for you just watching that. So, you look at the new NXT titles, and how many times do you think Rude looked at that and acted like it was the X Division title with that big old X on the front?
Probably a lot.
I mean, I bet he does it too.
I'm not X Division champion.
Yeah. Man, I never held the X Division title, and I got one around me right now. And it looks better than that one they've got here recently. I can tell you that. But I thought about that when the show opened up. I was like, wow, that's kind of funny. Never held the X Division title. NXT title looks just like the X Division title in the way. Big ol' X on the front. The first match on the card is Drew McIntyre versus Sean Maluda, or another jobber. And is there any reason or rhyme, even though I said rhyme and reason backwards, to putting massive 6'6", 6'7" Drew McIntyre against a cruiserweight? I mean, literally, okay, he is the tallest, he is the biggest guy on NXT, and then you put him up against Sean Maluda, and it really shows how big he is. And, man, literally, like, if this was the early 90s and the 80s, like, he'd be the guy running around, like, choke slamming everybody. He's that big.
Yeah.
Even though through the replays, apparently his eye got busted open, and you really couldn't see what happened. But it really looked like he got pissed off.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, because he tossed Sean Maluda almost halfway across the ring, and then he just like dead man suplexed him and slammed him down. Then he hits him with that kick he's got. He really needs a different finisher.
I don't like his finisher.
I don't. Like I just recently said.
I like how he dominates and stuff, but I don't like his finisher.
No, it doesn't fit him for his size.
Yeah.
He needs something different. What? I don't know. But you know what? Look, he was part of a 3-man band with Jinder Mahal, and Jinder Mahal has at least a better finisher.
I think Drew McIntyre needs a badass, like, clothesline finisher.
Like
make somebody do a flip type thing. Almost like
JBL's.
Like JBL's, but a little bit different.
More, okay, how about like Okada's Rainmaker? Where he does spins them back with their arm and then pulls them to him and
I think he might kill somebody if he did that.
Man, I'm telling you.
But it would look impressive if he did it.
He needs a different finisher. That kick is just not that one-legged Yakuza kick.
You know how Cesaro, like, he throws them up and does the uppercut? Maybe he throws them up and fucking clotheslines them to do a backflip.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think they might not let him do that. Oh, he might kill somebody. But it don't sound like. I mean, it sounds like you could do that in wrestling. They can sell it.
No, well, if you'd have to catch him at a good time, you know. But yeah, he needs.
I want him to have something vicious where they're flipping in the air.
Yeah, he needs something because man, he looks vicious since he's been on NXT. Just as crap he does. One thing I like, he's got the little curtsy, like, come on thing where he's like, you know, let you go first.
Yeah.
I really like that. I thought that was a really neat little twist to his persona. Like, hey, I'm better than you. You go first. I really like that. I thought that was a little nifty thing because I don't think he's done that yet. I think that's the first time he started doing that was on this episode. But I really like that. Afterwards, we get some off-air stuff after the #1 contenders match from the week before, where Sanity attacked Roderick Strong, and you were wanting Sanity to fight Aleister Black, but now they're back after Roderick Strong. You figure this would have played out a little bit sooner after the whole thing with Ty Dillinger and them, since he was helping.
What they're going to do, since Cassius Ohno helped him last time, and it's supposed to be Cassius Ohno, or supposed to be what's his name. The other guy's supposed to be with him.
No, hey, Jose. Maybe this is where he comes back because he hasn't been around since.
I think going and help him and Cassius Ohno going over there and helping them fight Insanity again.
Well, it's not what I was hoping for because I was hoping Roderick Strong was past all that. But still, yeah, I guess you got to do something with those guys, and it happens real quick. Because now they've already got a match in NXT Takeover against each other. Like, literally 3 days.
I wondered if it was like they needed a really good filler match, and they're like, well, these two can tear the house down.
Yeah. Well, and it's not even really a filler match.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be pretty good. Then you get a UK preview for NXT Chicago. Man, with all this, NXT flew by pretty fast.
Yeah.
Did last week, too. With Tyler Bates and Pete Dunne. Yeah, it's nothing important, you know, just kind of give you a rundown maybe for people that haven't watched the UK stuff yet. Then you start getting stuff about Hideo Itami. They kind of do his signing, and then as it goes later on, you get his match with Tyler Breeze, his #1 contenders match against Roderick Strong from last week. And then when he first come out with Bobby Roode, when he kind of hit him with the go to sleep, seeing all them little vignettes right there makes you think he's going to win it. Like they're building him up to win it. Like, hey, because, okay, here's the thing. He's been there since 2014, I think is when he showed up.
Yeah.
And he's been so injured since then. It's like they have to show you these things to remind you that he's been there that long before he wins the title. And it's almost like it's, well, here it is. We're going to show you stuff because he's going to win it.
Could be.
Okay. And then let's just go ahead and jump to the end with that. Roode comes out. You know, Tommy comes out. Wipes security out. Then hits, finally, Roode with the go to sleep. I think the Tommy's going to get fined for doing this, and somehow that'll hurt him in his title match. Like, they show up, hey, Hito, for attacking security. William Regal, like, I can't give you this title match. It's just a match. And then maybe they have a title match like on NXT. Like on the show. Or maybe it's just a way to extend the rivalry.
I would hate that. Maybe have it to where he beats Rude, wins the title, and then the next night Regal almost pulls like a heel top turn. He's like, since you attack security, your belt is vacant. Some shit like that.
That'd be an interesting little twist. But man, I mean, and it kind of don't make sense to give him a shot at the title and then take it from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but man, having him attack all the security guards was interesting because you know he's going to get fined and all that.
Yeah.
And why would you want to give him time off? He just got back.
So, I don't know. Unless maybe his shoulder's messed up now. I mean, something would have happened to him.
That's it. He'll never win it. He'll never move on.
No, it's bad. Then we get to where Asuka is going to have this interview in the car, and you can tell she doesn't want to do it. She's already established herself as a heel. And then what gets interesting is she walks outside, and everybody's like, Asuka, and she's like videotaping everybody, and she does a peace sign and whatnot. Like she's really into it, and then when she walks off, she's like disgusted with them.
Yeah.
Now, remember when I told you they need to play this off where she drops the belt, where she's just like tired of NXT? That really looks like that right there.
Yeah.
Like she's just fed up with being in NXT. She's fed up with everything that there is about it. That really kind of showed it in that little thing.
I think it'd be awesome.
I think it would be too.
I think it might go down too.
I think it would be too. Then that leads us to a women's match. We've got Lacey Evans versus Sonya Deville. Two recent newcomers in NXT. You haven't really got a lot of TV time. And they want to get a match against each other, and it turned out better than what I expected.
Yeah.
One thing I thought was really interesting is Sonya Deville, who's got this MMA background, and she's got the same gimmick, does like a Superman clothesline. And I thought that was really neat. It's something different. I haven't seen anything like that.
Never have.
And then she takes off her gloves and manages to throw looks like some solid stiff strikes to the midsection. And then you get Lacey Evans, she's doing some fancy flips and whatnot that turn into like pins and stuff like that. And then Sonya Deville finishes off with a Shining Wizard, which when I seen it coming, I thought, oh man, I don't know how that's going to look. And it didn't look that bad. I know you're big on Lacey Evans. What do you think about this match? You really liked her gimmick and everything.
I like her gimmick and everything, but during the match, I really thought she got outshined hardcore by this other girl.
I did too.
And it really made me like the Sonya chick, and the way she's striking and kicking and doing all that shit. I'm like, damn, she could fight Asuka.
Yeah. Okay, here's one. Sonya Deville, she really impressed me in this match. But here's what I don't
like her look.
I don't like it. It reminds me of Mark Merrow when he went to the boxer thing.
Oh, God.
Now you'll never look at her the same again, will you?
What they should do is change her. I know they want to do the MMA. She can still fight like the MMA and do wrestling moves too. But I would think change her look almost like make her kind of like a evil Supergirl look, kind of.
Man, it's too goofy. Because here's my thing. Okay,
not the cape and everything, but like the
she needs to lose
like a full kind of spandex black kind of.
She needs to lose the fighter robe. I like that black spandex pants.
Kind of like a Seth Rollins look.
Yeah, and she doesn't need the whole gladiator skirt thing. She don't need that. But I can see that just like black tights, keep the halter top. Yeah. When we was watching, he's like, she just needs to change her name to Sonya Blade.
Yeah.
That almost like what Sonya Blade would wear, when she started wearing the almost the military style of her clothes, like black top, black pants, green top with the boots and the hat.
Yeah.
That would actually be a pretty good look for her. The thing is, if she's gonna do this, if she keeps up with the MMA background, they keep using it. The Shining Wizard is not a good finisher for her.
No.
She needs something different. And I know I'm saying that, and Ken Shamrock came in with the MMA gimmick thing and had the ankle lock.
Yeah.
But she needs a different type of finisher.
She does.
Okay, and for one, as much as I complain about people having strikes as finishers, that would actually fit her.
Yeah.
Like big time. But I think you'll see a lot of big things from her in the future.
Oh yeah,
she looked really, really good. Then we get to the main event. We've got Cassius Ohno versus Cien Almas. Here recently, we've really talked good about Cien Almas. He is like the super jobber of NXT.
I really think they could push him at this point.
Well, he's got to start winning some matches.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a wrestler.
Yep.
And that's not taking anything from Cassius Ohno, but I mean, to me, I'd much rather watch Cien Almas wrestle.
I did like Cassius Ohno in this match.
Okay, before we get into it, he come out wearing an attire based on the Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, he obviously has a weight problem that WWE lets you know about, and they say pinstripes make you look thinner. And he was wearing them.
Yep.
I'm wondering if they still, well, I don't know. I don't know if he had the KO on his tights this week or not. I don't know if they've caught on to that or yet, that they've got two guys wearing the KO stuff. But this match, I mean, I don't know, last episode I thought, Finn and Roman was match of the week. Man, it was tough compared to this match. This match had a lot of hard hits to it.
One thing I was sitting here thinking about it, you're talking about the match, and we're talking about different things, I'm like, maybe it's, Cassius Ohno has a badass match with Finn's, what's his name?
Cien Almas.
Yeah, Cien Almas. But maybe it's the fact that I think Cassius having a badass match. It's the reason he's in there with the super jobber who makes everybody look badass.
Well, no. Cassius Ohno, Chris Hero, whatever you want to call it. He's a really good wrestler. He is.
But maybe the reason he looked even more is because he's in there with him.
Well, Cien can sell.
Yeah.
He's really good at that. Well, let's get into that. Okay. First, you get a big boot from Cassius Ohno after he does this, flip to outside. And you're like, damn. And then when he gets inside, Cien almost hits him with a big boot.
Yeah.
Knocks him out of the ring. And then we're like, wow, then were some pretty hard hits. And then you start seeing all these mean bicycle kicks.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, and here's the thing. Call it a bicycle kick, call it the brogue kick. Something's going to have to give there. I'm surprised they haven't shut that down yet from him.
But I love him doing it more than Sheamus.
Yeah. Well,
it's so bad. I like it more than what Sheamus can do it.
Well, he throws it fast. Yeah. Sheamus throws it like there's a lot of power behind it. So there's a big difference. But he definitely makes it look a lot meaner. And he hits with like 5 or 6 of them in this match. And he definitely has a highlight reel of the match. I like how he hit him when Cien almost come off the top rope and he hit it with one.
Yeah.
And he did like the spin and then kicked it.
The spinning one is my move of the week.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Man, I'm saying all of them are the move of the week. Man, he hit so many of them. The only bad thing is when he come off the top and he hit him with it, Cien almost ruined it by falling to the corner and then this flip and then kicking him in the head.
I thought the flip was badass, but it was bad timing.
Yeah, it was bad timing. And then, go ahead.
I was like, what was I going to say? Go ahead, what was you going to say?
Okay, like I said, he's hitting them all these kicks, and man, there's a bunch of hard strikes from both the guys. Yeah. Like, they really get into it. And then he hits him with a discus headbutt for the finish. So, my question to you is who has a better headbutt? Cassius Ohno or Jack Gallagher?
Cassius Ohno now.
Man, yeah. And it looked good. It looked like he hit him on the jaw.
Well, he's got long hair. He can kind of hide the fact that he's really headbutting him. But the most impressive thing about this whole damn match wasn't even a wrestling move to me. It was when he threw him against the ropes and the way Cassius flew over him and stood back on the other side of the apron. For as big as he is and as easy as he made that look, I was like, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Well, that's the thing. He was doing that stuff before he put on all that weight, so I mean, it's like second nature to him. But here's the thing. Okay, Cien almost has now job to Aleister Black.
Yep.
Then Drew McIntyre, and now Cassius Ohno in the span of a month and a half.
Yeah.
What do you do with him now?
I don't know, man. You gotta have to start winning now.
Because here's the thing. Okay, here recently, man, we've talked about Aleister Black, Drew McIntyre, Cassius Ohno. What do you do with these guys? And even when we get into NXT Chicago, Takeover Chicago, that really shows. Like, them guys aren't even on the card.
Aleister Black got on there now, apparently.
No, he's on there next week. He's on NXT next week.
No, they say he's on pay-per-view.
Oh, I know, I thought they said next week. Anyways, what are you going to do seeing all this? I mean, okay, you look at all the guys that are involved in matches with little feuds and stuff right now. You can't throw him in any of that. Your 3 other big guys, he's already jobbed every one of them. Once at that, there was no rivalry built up. So, I mean, what do you do with him?
I don't know. You got to do something with him. I don't know if you want to like put him like on a stable, put him in like a tag team.
And here's
who do you tag him with? If you do that?
who do you tag him with? And the question is, okay, well, say he starts building up a win streak. Okay, well, who are you going to put him against to build that up?
Maybe
that's not a jobber.
Maybe you should turn him face and then tag him with.
Well, he's already been a face and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So he's heel. And here's the thing. Okay, let's look at top heels in NXT. Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
Eric Young.
Yeah.
And then him.
You're kind of right.
I mean, it's kind of what you got.
So maybe after Rude goes away, he would get a title push and be a heel. I don't know how you'd push him as a heel. I don't know if you need a manager with him because he's got this whole I party lifestyle. I don't care. So maybe if you got a manager with him that straighten his ass up, go with a storyline like that, and he starts winning.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe give him a chick that does that.
That's what I was thinking. You have some chicks about people running interference for him. Or you just...
yeah, man, he could totally do like a Godfather game.
That's what I was just about to say. That is exactly what I was about to say. But I don't want him to be like a pimp. But he definitely a female valet type.
I do everything for the women. Can be his gimmick.
Oh yeah, plays the women.
Yes.
So, but I mean,
you don't get to have these women and party like me if you can't win.
Okay, but okay. So you're gonna build him up. Okay, Cassius Ohno would obviously be the first guy you put him over. But would you want to put him over against anybody else?
Not until they leave.
Okay, but still, when is that gonna happen with them guys?
Pretty quickly.
I mean, God.
I don't know how long they're actually going to hold McIntyre down here. I know they're not going to hold Aleister Black out here.
I don't think Drew will ever go back to the main roster. I don't. I think being in NXT is the only reason he's came back. Because I think he feels that if he goes back to the main roster, he's going to get lost in the shuffle.
He probably will.
And that's kind of sad to say. Just like Bray Wyatt.
I think he'll get lost in the shuffle. I think the Aleister Black, on the other hand, will become the new Undertaker.
He's definitely got the gimmick for it.
Yep. I think he is. I mean, he ain't as big as Undertaker, but the music, the kill you mentality when he comes out there.
But let's go ahead and get into NXT Takeover Chicago and some predictions. Now, you're dead straight that they said he was going to be on the pay-per-view, but looking it up, they've only got to 5 matches.
I'm pretty sure.
No, they said next week he was going to be on there.
Pretty sure they said he was going to be on the pay-per-view.
No, they said next week because they had Drew McIntyre's fight Wesley Blake, and then they said, and returning next week is Aleister Black.
Oh, you're right. But I thought they said, never mind.
Well, while you're watching, I even looked up the preview for the card, and that's fine. Which, someone's going to be on there. He'll be on there jobbing somebody or anything. But let's break this down here. So, for the NXT title, we've got Robert Roode versus Hideo Itami, who had like vintage out the wazoo, and then wound up knocking Roode out at the end of NXT. Who is the NXT champion Saturday night?
Hideo Itami.
I agree with you. Oh, Tommy.
I don't know what they're going to do since he beat the hell out of a bunch of cards.
Well, man, I want to say that, but that makes me think that something's going to play into that. I really do. So, with that, like I said, I can see where they come out and be like, hey, we're throwing your title shot out because you attacked security. This is just a match. So, I'm going to go ahead and stick with that and go with Roode. Just extend that out just one more show.
I don't think they do that since it's a takeover show.
Well, the thing is, Roode only had 2 takeover matches so far. So I got a feeling they're going to extend that out to SummerSlam, and then you'll be done. And I can see Rude maybe showing up at SummerSlam. I mean, he takes a break, shows up at Survivor Series as a mystery tag team partner. But anyways, in a ladder match for the NXT Tag Team Championship, we've got DIY versus the Authors of Pain.
I thought of something really cool. I don't know if they're strong enough, but wouldn't it be badass if the Authors of Pain didn't use a ladder? They picked up the other one.
No, come on now.
Wouldn't that be bad? That'd be a feat of strength.
It would be a feat of strength. I do think, based on that, you're going to see some feats of strength while someone from DIY is on a ladder and they pick it up. I think you're going to see a lot of that.
I like DIY, but I don't like him near as much as I like Authors of Pain.
Me too, because Authors of Pain is very...
We're talking about heels, we forgot, but they're tag team.
Yeah, but they're tag team, so they don't count.
They're so good. Are really they a heel? They destroy people.
Well, yeah, but they're considered a heel.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, that's what I like about them. They're old school bruiser mentality.
They beat the hell out of people.
What worries me about this match is when there's ladders involved in a match within WWE, which I'd assume is probably going to take place with NXT, someone goes through a ladder. I cannot see any one of the guys from DIY go through a ladder. Being as small as they are, that's probably going to really hurt. But then again, you got these really beefy guys on AOP who could probably take some punishment if they went through a ladder. And I would not be surprised if one of them climbs that ladder and DIY has to try to pick it up from the other end, dumps them over the top rope, and they go through the ladder. I really feel that usually when something like this goes on, it's set up to help the little guy win.
Yeah.
But I don't think it happens here.
Nope, I think AOP wins.
I think AOP wins, and I think DIY is finally going to go to 205 Live. They really need to. I think if you're going to take away Neville, Jack Gallagher, you got to replace them with two other guys.
That'd be a good replacement.
And they're popular guys to help sell that show. Yeah. So it's about time they get down there. We got a triple threat for the women's title. We got Asuka versus Nikki Cross versus Ruby Riott. This was supposed to be a fatal four-way, but the worst botch in NXT history happened a couple weeks ago when Ender Moon eclipsed herself by missing the post and eclipsed the guardrail outside. Now it's a triple threat, and Evan the Great got out of trying to explain how this fatal four-way was going to wind up making Asuka drop the title without being pinned. Now he doesn't have to work on it. I'm going to go, like I said last week, I should say, Nikki Cross wins it. Asuka knocks them both out, and she just happens to get her hand on Ruby Riott and gets the pin.
Yep, I agree. That's what I'm thinking.
I think that really showed today with Asuka being sick of the NXT crowd outside, and that she's just tired of being there. So, for the second time ever, the UK title will be defended. We've got champion Tyler Bates versus Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight. If you've not watched these guys match on the UK tournament, Crown the Champion in the main event, man, it was a really, really good match. Did not know what to expect from either one of these guys except for what I'd seen. Really, really tore the house down. What do you got? What do you think's going to happen?
Pete Dunne. Tyler he won it. He had it. He defended against Jack Gallagher. He won it. He'll probably defend it against somebody else at the UK thing and win it, which started pre-recorded.
Yeah.
And then he comes here and Pete Dunne takes the belt from him.
Me too. I think if you're going to
start off a good rivalry for when the UK show starts, you want it back.
Yeah, and I think if you take a show that you're going to start and you start off with a good heel champion,
yeah,
it's good. But here's the thing, man, WWE, you got to do a good promo, and we've seen these guys do interviews, and man, you can record that over and over and over. But if something's live, you're on the spot. I don't know enough about either one of the guys to say that they can do that work, and that kind of bothers me. So, but I'm gonna go Pete Dunne. I think he's more
marketable.
Yeah. That whole bruiserweight thing. He's got a really mean look to him also.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping that he wins it.
Oh, he's going to win.
And then as of NXT, on this last episode, we got Roddy. I about called him Roddy Piper. Man, I'm off today. Horribly.
Man, you got a bunch of
We got, Roderick Strong versus Eric Young of Sanity. Who wins it?
Well, I know Sanity, only Nikki Cross has another match, so they're all going to be out there. They're going to beat Roderick Strong, and then that's going to allow the build up until the build up where they're going to start adding people back to help Roderick Strong fight Sanity.
So who wins it?
So I said, my bad, Eric Young.
Eric Young? No. I think he's going to win it too. I got a feeling.
I love Roderick Strong, but he'll lose that one, and then he'll build up, start fighting them, and eventually beat them all.
I think this is where you're going to see Roderick Strong going on a losing streak. Because they're wanting to build him up as that guy that, can tough it out in the toughest of times. And I could see that where he's got this losing streak, and then just one day he's just like, you know what? I got to start doing better. I want to be the NXT champion, and then he starts beating everybody you wouldn't expect him to beat. People that's already beating, and then eventually he'll get to the title. I think he's the type of guy you can really do something like that with, and it would really work for me. It fits his character. Yeah. So, like I said, to me, he's kind of like that Tommy Dreamer type character. I'm almost all the way there, and then when I really need to be there, I'm going to finally push and make it.
Yeah.
So, that wraps up episode 13 of Angles and Promos. We're the Villains Demand. We're your hosts. I'm JBD Justin Von Doom.
I'm Evan the Great.
Make sure you like and follow us on Facebook. Hopefully you subscribe to our YouTube channel where you're watching this right now. You can follow me at Villains Demand on Twitter. You can follow Evan the Great with Angles_Promos.
Yep.
And keep it between the ropes, guys.
Spinning bicycle kick.